Yedid Nefesh is such a gorgeous, lush poem. I need to share a few more thoughts than I did in my last little talk about it. Can't help myself. We are in the late summer month of Elul, the Jewish month of love. The name itself is an acronym for Ani Ledodi, Vedodi Li. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. The celebrated verse in the Song of Songs that has decorated countless of Jewish wedding rings. Every week, as we prepare to welcome the Sabbath bride, we sing Yedid Nefesh, Soul's Beloved, a song about many kinds of love shared by God and the soul, always returning to the voice of romantic love. My illuminated paintings of the song from my new book, Kabbalat Shabbat, the Grand Unification, meditate on some of these kinds of love. The full text of the Song of Songs, all 117 verses of it, which is allegorized in Midrash as the love song between God and Israel, and is held in Kabbalah as the declaration of love among the 10 emanations of God. The whole thing winds through the two paintings, heightening the romance of this song of human love for the divine. Atop the Hebrew painting, we see an image of a gazelle nestled in the forest floor beside a flowing stream. Drawing upon the manner in which the young lovers of the Song of Songs compare one another to a deer or a gazelle, the Jewish poets of medieval Spain, such as Judah Halevi, used the delicately lovely animal as a metaphor for both their divine and human beloveds. Here, I depict the human soul as a gazelle, resting safely in the bountiful natural world whose creation we celebrate as Shabbat arrives. The gazelle's surroundings were inspired by a tiny stream emerging from the rocks and ferns that I spied while walking near my parents' country home in a northern Vermont forest. The stream, flowing with the water likened to divine wisdom and Torah, calls to mind Jeremiah's prophecy, "Their soul shall be like a watered garden," Jeremiah 31:11. The lover of God thus rests securely within the embrace of the natural world, whose physical evolution and biology, our God-given wisdom, enables us to understand and protect. The image of a father cradling his baby on the English illumination at left, which I painted more than a year ago, has suddenly become especially powerful for me as I now watch my elder son cradling his baby daughter. The image of a father holding his new baby at the Shabbat table reminds us of our love of our children, our ambition to raise them within Jewish tradition, and the notion of God as a supreme parent. The tiny painting of the text of Eshet Chayil, a powerful woman, to the father's left, suggests the role of the mother, her central role in child raising, and her mystical role in conveying divine wisdom into the human realm. The stalk of pink lilies suggests not only the beauty and color appropriate to any well-dressed Shabbat table, but also, as Midrash, the value of the 10 Commandments in the imperfect human world. Ask me about that. The two palm trees allude to a passage in Psalm 92, the special psalm for Shabbat, comparing the righteous person to a tall, straight palm tree, not simply planted in the natural world, but transplanted into and flourishing within the very courts of the temple. Sorry about that. Palms take on another meaning in these paintings. Both the Hebrew and the English illuminations of Yedid Nefesh surround the text with a border of palmettes. This ancient motif, ubiquitous in design across the entire ancient Mediterranean basin, takes on a special meaning in the context of ancient Israel. Kings 1 and Chronicles mention palmette decorations throughout Solomon's temple and palace. The pattern I present here is modeled on an ivory furniture plaque found in Samaria from the period of Solomon's temple. Given art history of the era, it's not unreasonable at all to wonder whether this pattern is the very one that decorated those great Jerusalem buildings. I now introduce this palmette pattern here to symbolize the transference of the sanctity of the now destroyed temple to the Sabbath home, suffused with love, human and divine, and also the unity of all Jewish history across time and space. Follow these little videos for further adventures exploring the Jewish spirit through visual midrash. Full discussions of the poetry and paintings above can be found in Kabbalat Shabbat, the Grand Unification, which was just published on September 6th, 2016, which was the 3rd of Elul, 5776, if you want the Hebrew date. I've also published a matching paperback venture, Kabbalat Shabbat, the Grand Unification, at the Sabbath table, which contains just the illuminations of the songs and prayers chanted before Shabbat and around the dinner table. This way, everyone at the Sabbath table can share the lovely paintings and ideas along with the lucky person who gets to hold the hardback book. As you see on the screen, the books can be purchased at your favorite book source or by following the link above. You can find out more about my Hebrew illuminated manuscripts and book talks at that same website. Enjoy! Thanks very much and keep in touch.